behalf of the faculty, staff, and student body of West Swan High School, we wish to remind you that the good ideals of sportsmanship are a major part of this contest, and that each of us can make every effort to promote this goal. Now that our school district is located on the traditional homeland of the Yakima people, we acknowledge and honor with gratitude the land and the earth people who have stewarded this gift from our Creator God for us to generate. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and start I'm going to start the introductions for starting with the Kittitas Coyotes with their defensive line. We got number 1, Rowan Stewart. Number 3, Alan Walker. Number 4, Jordan Stewart. Number 5, Brock Hutchinson. Number 75, Felix Flores Jr. Number 13, Terrence Weaver III. Number 51, Jared Johnson. Number 52, Ian. Number 55, John. I don't know how to say his last name. So we're going to go with John. Number 66, Caleb Skinzer. And number 77, Preston Stingley. That's your defensive line for the Kittitas Coyotes. Head coach for the Coyotes tonight is Dusty Hutchinson, assistant by Terry Eagle, Merle Watkins, and Jan Keller. And now, for your Cougars offensive line starting up, we got number 1, Tyrone James. Number 2, Jacoby Lee. Number 3, Devon Paul. Number 9, Keith Stainhead. Number 12, Tyrell Law. Number 21, Ethan Atkins. Number 51, Baptist Number 54, Jerry Jackson. Number 71, Christian Yu. Number 72, Kyle Hudson. Number 73, Gilbert Lovejoy. Number 79, Andrew Wall. Number 88, Anthony Lewis. And now we're about to honor the colors of our country. Please stand at attention as in towards the flag where we'll all hats and headgear as Victoria Morris sings the national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to White Swan High School. This is the Cougar Sports Network, your home for White Swan High School athletics. I'm Ryan Craig, joined by...
How's it going out there? Cougar Network out in the valley. My name is Mac, and I'm on the mic.
We're also joined by Mr. David Olden, and we're glad to be here for this league matchup between the visiting Kittitas Coyotes, who come into the game with a record of 4-0, and your White Swan Cougars, who come into tonight's game with a record of 0-4. The captains are meeting at midfield, and we'll find out who wins the coin toss and who decides who will receive and who will kick off. What are you looking toward and forward to in tonight's game, Mac?
Well, we've played 4 games so far this year. The White Swan Cougars have put 0 points on the board against 217 that's been put up against us. So we want to see at least 6 points go on the board, and before halftime, before the other team puts in their second string. That's what we want to see.
Now the Cougars are coming off a 55-0 loss at Cleellum Roslyn. What did you see in that game?
What I seen was a lot of what we've been seeing from the White Swan Cougars. No blocking, can't complete a pass, can't catch a pass. On defense, we can't stop anybody. Obviously if they're putting up 50 points in a game. So, this is all around offense and defense where we are not doing our jobs. So hopefully Coach sees that, recognizes that, and that's what we've been working on this week.
Now, contrasting to what Mac just said are the Kittitas Coyotes, who have been almost unstoppable. They began the season with a 45-0 win over Granger. Columbia Burbank, that game was a little bit closer. They still won 26-7. 41-0 over Forks, and they beat a Goldendale team who had been one of the best teams in the league the last few years, 51-0 last week. So the Cougars have their work cut out for them tonight. If you're wondering about the next game for White Swan, it'll be next Thursday at LaSalle, while Kittitas will travel to Cleellum next Friday. With all that being said, there's no forfeiting, there's no giving up, there's no saying, okay, we're scared. You have to go play the game, no matter who the opponent is, no matter how well they've been doing. And the Cougars have to keep building on the positive things that they've been doing. Where's some of the positive things you're seeing them build on for the last 4 months?
Positives on offense, I see when we're down in its fourth quarter, the coach kind of gives Jacoby the ball and lets him slang it. And just seeing the ball in the air, the kid almost catches it. Fans are excited. Even though he missed it, the fans are like, oh, and then he drops it and it's like, ah. So, they want to see over here talking, the morale of the team goes down. When you just can't score, you can't move the ball, you can't get a first down, and then on the other side, you can't stop them on defense. So, man, let's hit somebody, let's stop somebody, let's put some points on the board, That's what we want to see. That's what the fans want to see. When I was young, the whole crowd on the other side of the road was full. Everybody down on the left side, down on the right side, packed. So let's start doing that.
Well, there's no reason why we can't see that happen here in the near future. Interestingly enough, the Kittitas Middle School or Junior High, I don't know, I'm not sure what they go by. They were in Hera yesterday. So we've got Chargers and Kittitas Thursday. We've got Cougars and Kittitas on Friday night. Let's make this happen as the Cougars will receive to get this league matchup underway. We're all set to go. We just got to get that clock with 15 minutes on the board. Thank you to everybody out there who's watching on YouTube Live, the Cougar Sports Network. No Samuel Knight this evening so far. I know it's been different with the kids having conferences the last couple of days. Kids have been kind of doing their own thing, but we'll still make it work. We'll still make it happen. All right, here we go. We've got Tinoco deep to receive for White Swan. Number 41, the other deep man for White Swan, as Kittitas will kick it deep. All the way into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Cougars football at the 20-yard line.
Something that was mentioned, talking to other parents throughout the community, um, they did play Kittitas, and that's something they did mention was their kicker has a leg.
Well, I'm anxious to see this Kittitas football team because on paper, they've pretty much been running the show every game. Cougars have their challenge tonight. We've already had tough games with Cleveland, tough games with Tri-Cities Prep. Let's see what happens here tonight as the Cougars are ready to begin from their own 20-yard line. We've got the freshman Jacoby Lee in at quarterback under center. Lee takes a snap. Ball falls to the grass. There's a scramble for the ball. We'll see if the Cougars retain possession. Yes, they will. Cougars do recover. All right, so not the start the Cougars want, but the guy's got to get loose. The guy's got to get the jitters out. Shavehead comes in. It looks like Coach Bush is going to have the quarterbacks alternating tonight. We'll see how that works. Let's try it again. Second down. Let's say 11 to go, 10 to go, 10 to go. Ball's in the same spot. Second down play. Here we go. Shavehead will take the snap. Cougars with the handoff. That's one penny. Barreling, driving, picking up about
Or a point. How the crowd's going to feel.
third and about 5 to go here for White Swan. Near side receiver, Tyrone Dave, the sophomore. Looks like the Cougars draw the penalty on Kittitas. So the offsides penalty will go against Kittitas. Good enough for a Cougars first down. I like it.
And the crowd goes mild. Let's hear it, boys.
First and 10 for the White Swan Cougars from their own 30-yard line. Devon Paul in the backfield. Paul in the backfield. Lee from the shotgun. Lee fakes the handoff. Lee with the pass. Out of bounds, intended for Anthony Luton.
Hey, at least we're attempting that. And that's what we like to see. You know, as commentator, let's go. Let's keep running it. Okay, look here. On live YouTube, we now have 16 viewers. Appreciate each and every one of you out there. If you guys want to tune in, tap in, let us know where you're from. Make sure you share the live link.
All right, Cougars will try it again after the incomplete pass. Second down, 10 to go for White Swan. 10.5 to go, opening quarter. Shavehead takes a snap. Shavehead gives to one penny. Kittitas there to create a wall and not let Gilbert go anywhere. 3rd and 10 on the way.
Okay, so out of 6 plays, the Cougars have ran the ball up the middle with Gilbert one penny 4 times.
We've got a fumble. We've got a shotgun snap with a Anthony Luton running the out route. And then, like you said, we've got the 4 run plays. Possible play action here. Let's find out where Lee will line up. Lee under center. 3 in the backfield. Atkins, 1 penny, and I believe Paul. Lee takes the snap. Ball's in the grass, and Kittitas will come away with it. White Swan turnover, Kittitas football from the Cougars 30.
Mishap on the play. What is going on? You guys see this ref coming onto the field? That guy's on Indian time, and he's got the white hat on. You see him coming to the frame there all late. But it is a turnover. Not on downs. Fumble the snap. Fumble the handoff. Kittitas ball. We'll see Kittitas for the first time.
Kittitas will take the snap. Handoff to the running back as he picks up about 5 before White Swan with the gang tackle. So we've got Subert with the run, the 5'8" junior. All right, so not a touchdown on the first play. I'll take that.
That's a good little stop right there for the Cougars. They go left off the tackle. First play. Let's see what they do second play. Let's see if they mix it up.
Well, I mean that in a positive way. I mean, I made you chuckle, but it's true. I mean, when Tri-Cities Prep was here, it was bad. All right, 2 in the backfield, shotgun formation. Here comes Kittitas. 3 goes in motion. Looks like some sort of. Let's find out. We've got a false start on Kittitas. Send them back 5.
Hey, that's a plus. Yeah, you did make me chuckle, and it was ugly. If you guys tuned in the last time Tri-Cities ran one play, they scored. And it was like that for the first 5 touchdowns for them.
Tri-Cities ran a second play, they scored.
They ran a third play, and they scored.
So we're seeing positive things early this evening in this contest between the league rivals, Kittitas and White Swan. 8:48 to go, first quarter. Kittitas snaps the ball, the pitch, the sweep to the right. Dave not able to make the tackle. However, 2 are there to knock him out of bounds. Good job defensively. Is that Roy? All right, Roy, the freshman Roy Sam with the tackle. And see, that's the thing about the Cougars is we got to get this figured out because we've got, you said Roy Sam is number 40, right? Yeah. But on here, we've got Easton listed as number 40. And so that's kind of where my confusion was. But I should know what Roy looks like by now. And then we've got number 10, who was also on the play. That does not look like Matthew Arthur. I remember Matthew Arthur from last year at the Chargers, and that's who 10 is listed as. So if we can get that figured out, and I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying it makes it a little bit difficult from up here. Quarterback keep, quarterback runs, gets the first down and a couple of more as Lee tries to rip the ball away, not able to. So first down for Kittitas for Huber the third.
Yeah, no, that is definitely somebody's fault because they handed us this thing and they said, here's the score and the numbers for you guys to announce the game. And it's wrong. Come on, can we get that fixed?
First down on the way for Kittitas. White Swan needs to get a stop here. Let's get either a no gain or push them back some. Huber the third to take the snap under center. Handoff, running, driving and getting to inside the 10-yard line was number 5, Holiday. Okay. If we're going to talk positives, the Cougars are still making tackles. I like to see that. Of course, I'd like to get a stop, but let's start with small steps first. We are making tackles.
Yeah, they ran the ball right up the middle of the last play. Big hole, big gain. First and goal.
All right, we got Huber the third under center. Handoff. Nothing in the middle, so he'll switch out to the left. Paul chasing. And we're going to get a touchdown for Kittitas.
Touchdown for the Coyotes. That was Roman Stewart that ran the ball there.
So Stewart decided, you know what, I'm just going to take this to the outside, run it in. And give Paul and Lee credit for the effort. Almost had him. Cougars looking to stop the field goal here.
Yeah, it looks like they went for the dive play there. He bounced it out, made it in. Easy score.
I wouldn't call that easy, Mac. I mean, we were on his trail. Ball is snapped, kick is up, through the uprights, and good. Making the score 7-0. Kittitas with the early lead. 7:57 left. Opening quarter here at White Swan High School. The Cougar Sports Network is your home for fall athletics, played here at White Swan High School from volleyball to football. This is your home for YouTube live events. Don't forget at halftime, the mini cheer will be taking the field. So please be ready to view that at halftime. We're going to find out if all the hard work they've been putting in throughout the early week has paid off for the cheer team and the mini cheer team.
Yes, excited to see that. My daughter will be performing at halftime, so I am super excited to see that and all the future cheerleaders up and coming to come out and support the White Swan football team.
I have a daughter who's 25. When she was a kindergartner, when she was 5 years old, she was a part of that. A lot of good memories from the mini cheer days.
Yeah, exciting times indeed. Exciting times indeed. All right, well, let's see what the Cougars can do on this return. The kicker again with the strong leg. See if he kicks it back out of the back of the end zone. Oh, god damn. No, he keeps it in play this time. Fumbles the kick initially, picks it back up, and then he gets hammered. Boy, he got hammered on that one. He's slow to get up right now.
Easton Lucy, I stay high. Is that him still
Yeah,
on?
he got up and then he laid back down.
Okay, I went over because it's listed as Treston, but that's actually Easton, and let's hope Easton is okay. I know a lot of times guys might get the wind knocked out of them, and it doesn't feel good, but sometimes you just have to take that second as Easton pops up and begins to make his way back to the White Swan sideline. And Easton's a tough kid. And that kick is coming at you. It's like in baseball with the major league games now, they have exit velocity off the bat. What's the exit velocity off the foot of that kicker?
Yeah, good question. I never thought about that. But it is under the bright lights. You know, he hasn't had too many returns this year, and it's a little intimidating, I guess. But once you see that defender coming, you can't just run straight forward, man. You got to give him an angle. Dip, dive, duck, dodge, and dip.
Here we go. Lee, under center. Lee with the keeper. Nothing there as the Kittitas Coyotes wrap him up.
So if you're scouting White Swan Cougars, right, you've seen the first 4 games or maybe just the last game. You know, you got a scout in the stands, you're watching White Swan. You see that they're going to run the ball all of the first half, and that's how it's been through the first 4 games. So, and then you see Kittitas here stacking the box. You know, your coach should be able to see that. Let's switch it up. I don't know, that's just me, though.
That's just Matt, guys. All right, here we go with a second down. About the same, 10 yards to go. Shavehead under center. Shavehead takes the snap.
Oh, got him. Come on.
Good deception. Good deception. Good deception. You saw in your on your screen on your phone. You saw the deception. We had to wait as Atkins nearly had a breakaway. Give Kittitas credit for catching up to Atkins. Ethan Atkins, a sophomore. However, the Cougars do pick up about 8 yards.
Hey, and that was a nice play. If he would have got past that one guy, there's nobody else there to stop him. And it's a foot race. Let's see if he makes it to the end zone. But he gets taken down. Good gain, man. The crowd goes wild on that one.
Let's get a first down, White Swan. Here we go. We got one penny in the backfield. Lee under center. Lee takes the snap. Ball's handed off to one penny. We're going to get a fourth and about, I don't know, 4th and 3. I don't know if the Cougars have a strong punter or not. But with this field position for Kittitas, I would think you have to punt. Let's wait and find out what the coaching staff for White Swan decides.
Yeah, the game is about field position. If you're a Madden player, right, you want to switch the ball to the other side of the field and make Kittitas march on you.
Shavehead takes the snap, gives to Atkins. Atkins tries to get around to the right side. He's brought down by 3 Kittitas Coyotes with number 55, John Bointiano, the first one there. Turnover on downs, Coyote football. With 5:22 left in the first, the score, Kittitas 7, your White Swan Cougars 0. Shotgun formation. Twins to the right side. Ball is in the air. Ball is caught. Touchdown, Kittitas. George Schubert with the post route. That was too easy.
I don't know about too easy. We were right there. Nah, but as you can see, the quarterback has all the time in the world. He didn't even take a step left, right, back, forward. He stood there. You know, he had enough time to make some pancakes and delivers a touchdown throw just with ease.
I like pancakes. Extra point attempt on the way for Kittitas. Now leading 13, looking to make it 14. Kick is up through the uprights and good, making it 14-0. Well, I'll say this. I'll take back the comment of saying it was too easy. I think there was improvement as far as being in the general vicinity of the receiver, but the secondary is still having challenges with trying to stop routes, stop guys from just running, simple routes with the quarterback leading them to the end zone.
Yeah, most definitely. And as a defense, you got to throw a blitz in there every once in a while. You got to have your defensive line, your big boys, get around and through somebody and put pressure on the quarterback, which there was none on that play. So, what are we going to do offensively? My guess is we're going to throw a dive right up the middle, first play. My guess.
Tinoco deep. Lucy, I stay high deep, so Easton is okay for White Swan. And let's watch the kick for the Kittitas team. What is the name of this kicker? Felix Flores Jr. Okay, I have him listed as 11 here. Easton takes the ball from inside the 10, and Lucy, I stay high, picks up about 10 yards on the return. So a respectable return for White Swan. The Cougars will have it on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, good, nice return. The White Swan guys on the kick return team, even there we can't hit our blocks. Let's put our helmet on somebody's shoulder pads, our shoulder on somebody's numbers, and we'll come out first play. Let's see what we got going on here.
All right, here we go. Third offensive possession for White Swan here in the first quarter. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first. Lee will go to his right with the pitch. Nothing there as number 3 for Kittitas, Dallin Walker, maintained his assignment. I like it, though. I mean, trying to get something going with the run-pass option, so I like it.
Yeah, most definitely. Nice mix-up of plays there. I was wrong. He fooled me. It wasn't a run up the middle. Let's see what we got going on. Just mix it up, Coach. Let that ball fly.
Second and 10. Lee will stay in the game at QB. Lee takes the snap, and I think Hudson came up too early for White Swan. So we got a false start against the Cougars. Just a little too soon. Timing was just a little bit off. All right, we got Braden Hoagland as number 10. Let me write that down, Mac.
Copy that. Yeah, we're just here trying to figure out names and numbers because the sheet they give us is a little bit off. But we'll get it figured out.
On ours, 75 is on.
So we got two different. Yeah, I think we got. Okay, I think we got two different lists here, but here we go. Play number 2. Oh, it's a fake handoff.
Oh! Pass intended for Luton. Walker nearly had the pick 6. Okay, now, this is not the result that we want. However, I think the positive is the execution was pretty good. The execution was good. Give credit to the Kittitas corner. He made a good defensive play. Now, run that play again. Maybe they're just a little bit quicker and crisper on all 11 guys on the field. I mean, If he overruns that, Luton catches it. Luton could be gone.
Yeah, maybe Luton take 1 or 2 extra steps on the route and then come back, because he seemed to break out of his route a little soon, which gave that defender time to recover. But it was there. It is a positive. Let's keep working on it. Let's run that ball down the field.
3rd and long as the referees blow the whistle. Looks like we're going to get a White Swan timeout. 4.5 left, first quarter. The score from White Swan High School is the Coyotes of Kittitas 14 and your White Swan Cougars 0.
Okay, right here, YouTube Live. We got 38 viewers, looks like. And we got people commenting, there's something with the volume issue. We got Ralph George, let's go Cougars. All right, Winona, come on, Cougars. You can do it. Yes, we can. Yeah, we love the support out there. 38 viewers. That's more than the last game. I believe we had 12 at the max. So thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in.
The Cougar Sports Network is your home for fall sports here at White Swan High School, from volleyball to football to cheer. And don't forget, at halftime, you're in for a special treat, as the White Swan cheer team will have the White Swan mini cheer team taking the field to show us their routine they've been working on throughout the week at the Hera Elementary School. All right, so the Cougars are talking it over. Coach Bush is going over assignments and a game plan. The Cougars need a big gain here with a 3rd and 15 on the way, as the linemen get set in their positions. Jackson set to snap the ball for the Cougars. Lee, shotgun. Lee's pass is deflected, and it'll be 4th down. And it looked like Tyrone Dave was who Jacoby Lee was looking at. We'd like to see them have that connection again the same way they did in years past when they were both Chargers. And it will happen. It's just going to take some time. So a 4th and long on the way. What do you think Coach Bush is going to go with, Lee? Mac, my bad.
I think, you got to get the ball out of that position on the field. It is about field position. Tyrone looked like he was open. You just got to give your quarterback time to throw. As soon as he hikes the ball, he's got 1, maybe 2 seconds, and the defense is there.
Martinez Bob with the kick. Ball goes out of bounds at about the 33 or so. So a little bit better field position. We'll call it a 18-yard punt. Kittitas Coyotes with their 3rd offensive possession on the way.
So we are standing, right, we're directly looking at the 50-yard line. The ball has not came close to that 50-yard line yet. So if we can do that before the end of the first half, that's a win in my book. So let's see if we can stop them on defense. Let's go Cougars.
Huber the 3rd for Kittitas to take the snap. Pitch play, sweep right. Flag on the field. Cougars make the tackle after the pickup of just over 5 for Stewart. And we've got a hold against Kittitas. Now, even if there were not a penalty, Cougars did a respectable job of stopping the sweep, getting some gang tackling going, and, doing their job.
Yeah, most definitely. That was nice defense by the Cougs. Let's put 4 of them together, make them turn the ball over, and then let's go score.
What if we force a turnover?
That'd be even better. You can see Tyrone Dave at the end of the play there trying to strip that ball out of his hands. That's good coaching. Get that strip. Let's get the ball. Score a defensive touchdown. That would be awesome. Let's go. Play number 2.
Replay a 1st down for Kittitas. Huber the 3rd takes the snap, handoff, dive play up the middle, or did Huber keep it? And did that ball come out?
Fumble. Come on, baby.
Waiting for the referee to give the signal. No, he's pointing in Kittitas' direction. And I think the Cougars are wondering too. Roy Sam is signaling to somebody. I think he's saying, I'm fine, I can keep playing. Okay, so I don't know if it was Jacoby Lee or who it was who was rip the ball away.
No. Jacoby Lee with the hit. Hits him right in the numbers where the ball's at. Knocks it loose. The refs give him the ball back, man. We were just talking about the turnover. We almost had it.
Second and about 12 to go. Sweet play to the left. Flag on the play. The play's whistled dead. Face mask. So that's going to be a 15-yarder, I believe, unless the rule has changed.
Yeah, I believe it's 15 yards. That is a nice defensive play by the Cougars to make that face mask happen. That was a nice hit at the end of the play. Knocked him on his behind anyway. Nice hit. Boy, that's what I like to see.
Tanoka will sub in. Paul goes to the sideline. Hoagland goes to the sideline. I didn't see who else checked into the game. My apologies. But 2 penalties now on this third offensive drive for Kittitas. And the Cougars have them pushed back to where we'll have a second and, let's say, well, the sticks did.
The sticks moved.
The sticks did, yeah. Right, and so I'm just kind of waiting, letting it play out. That's the good thing about being on live video is you see what we see. Folks at home, folks at work, you see what we see.
So they call a face mask, right? The last play started where they're exactly at right now. So I don't know if there was a penalty and they didn't move the sticks, but here we go. Oh, wow, he's wide open. There was a miscommunication there on the defense. Kittitas with the easy. Now, that was an easy 6 points.
Mac, I didn't even see what happened. Tell me what happened. I didn't see it.
Well, we were arguing about the sticks not moving. We were still confused because they said face mask. They didn't move the ball back. You know, as a coach, I'd be complaining because they should have moved 15 yards back, and it didn't move not 1 foot. But wide open, I don't know where he came from. I think it might have been a tight end. I'm not even sure. But we got replay. Let's run it back. Let's watch the film. But anyway, it was wide open. 6 points for Kittitas.
All right, third extra point attempt on the way for Flores is good, making our score 21-0. Kittitas with the lead. Okay, now, even if the face mask penalty is not 15 anymore, let's say the face mask penalty is 5. It didn't even go back 5, and that's where my confusion stemmed from. I'm not saying I need to complain. I'm saying I just want an explanation, clarification. And so there I was wondering what was going on. The play happens that quick. You said it was a tight end. Did he just run it out and there was just absolutely nobody there? Because the next time I looked up, he was like jogging into the end zone.
Yeah, it was like a flare route. They're just straight out to the sideline. Quarterback stood up, tossed the ball. But yeah, as you're saying, and as we were thinking, the ball moved. No, the guy with the sticks on the other side of the field moved. He went back 15 yards. And then the ref pulls him back up to where the ball's marked. And that's where the confusion came in.
All right, so here we go with Easton Lucie State High, Miguel Tinoco deep. Let's see if White Swan can get some positive yardage here on the kick return. We're still here in the first quarter, 3:17 to play. Ball is kicked deep, rolls out of bounds, and White Swan will have the football on offense.
Now, that should be, flag on the play. He threw the flag. So this might be our best field position of the season. Let's see if we can capitalize on that.
Okay, first goal. Get into Kittitas Coyote territory. Let's make that the first goal. The second goal will be, of course, to score. The goal is to always score. The goal is to always win the game. But first of all, let's just get into Kittitas Coyote territory and go from there. Okay, that's the goal for the first quarter, not the first half, for the first quarter. Shavehead under center. One penny in the backfield. Looks like Paul in the backfield. Atkins in the backfield. Ball is snapped. We've got a run by Atkins around the right side. Picks up about, let's say, 4 yards, but we do have a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was a good mix-up. I was guessing it would have been a dive, but he changed it up. We get a play. Looks like it is called on the offense. So Cougars are going to go backwards on the play, but I'd like to change up of plays on that. I'd like to give a shout out to Philip Dillon and Little Mikey watching from the Puyallup Nation. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. We are at now 50 viewers. What? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Mac on the mic right here with Ryan Craig.
All right, so we've got just over 3 to go first quarter. A 3-touchdown lead for Kittitas as we will get a replay of first down. Lee calls out the cadence, takes the snap, drops back, throws. Ball attempted for Tyrone Dave, and I think we're going to get a pass interference. I believe we will get a pass interference.
Yeah, Tyrone's running his route. The guy just is in front of him. Doesn't allow him to run his route, but as soon as Jacoby gets the ball, he's got somebody down his throat. So if we can figure that out, offensive line, give your quarterback and your receiver some time to connect, I believe there could be some magic out there.
Brock Hutchinson of Kittitas can't believe it, but I don't think Hutchinson knew where the ball was. And when you don't know where the ball, if you're gonna be in stride looking to make a play on the ball, that's one thing. He wasn't in stride to make a play on the ball. And that's what I saw. That's just my opinion. So, Cougars will take advantage. Cougars are nearing Coyote territory. Atkins drops it. Atkins jumps on it. We'll try it again with second down.
Yeah, we got a little bit of momentum there, and then you have a mishap like that on the handoff, and it just kills your momentum.
Well, in basketball, when it's like a fast break and you're wide open, the hoops right there. You're going to go shoot a lay-in. And so before the ball gets there, you take off before. I think Atkins sensed, hey, there's some space on that right side. There it is. And he dropped the ball.
Well, as the coach and as the quarterback, you got your quarterbacks running in place, 2 plays at a time. Stick with one quarterback where he can get a feel for that, right? And then you don't have those kind of mix-up. Oh, here we go.
Devon Paul, left side. Devon Paul, all the way out of the left. Picks up the first down. We are now into Kittitas Coyote territory. The senior, Devon Paul, with the big game.
And the crowd goes wild. Holy smokes. See, that's what the crowd wants to see. I don't know if you guys can hear them. I'm going to put the mic out there. Maybe you can hear that. Crowd is going crazy. And that's what the crowd wants to see as a fan, as a parent, as an alum. You come out here, that's what you want to see. Good job, Cougars. Keep the ball moving.
Great execution, and Devon Paul saw that whole left side of the field open, and he's got speed. He took advantage.
Hey, you got to hit the turbo button. You got to hit that hit stick. Get a spin move in there. You're gone.
Cougars with the first down. Shavehead under center. Shavehead looks around, looks to his right, looks to his left. Shavehead takes a snap. Shavehead, handoff. Sam, nowhere to go for Roy. I think Roy may have gotten, let's say, a yard, if that. I'm out there getting some handoffs.
Yeah, Roy's a big boy. If you ever seen that kid in real life action walking down the street to the trading post, that is a big boy. I like to see him get lower, drop his shoulder, and just truck somebody.
All right, second down. Second down and 9. We've got a minute to go in the first quarter. Cougars looking to continue this offensive drive into Kittitas Coyote territory. Lee looking to pass. Lee had Luton, the ball thrown just a bit behind, and Luton unable to get it as he went to the grass. Third down on the way.
Yeah, ball thrown just a little bit behind. If you lead him right there, I believe he gets positive yards. Maybe it breaks free. That'd be a touchdown.
We're getting closer. Listen to me, Cougar Sports Network. Listen to me, Mac. We're getting closer.
Hey, we're right there lined up with the 50-yard line. We passed the 50-yard line, bro. That's a win in my book. Come on.
And what I mean by that is that the game reps are beginning to show that, okay, these boys are improving. Okay, Lee out of shotgun. One back, that's Paul. Fake the handoff. Lee picks up probably right back to the line of scrimmage, but this is what I'm going to say about this. Mac Lee is here because he's a White Swan alum, but also his son is Jacoby. Now, for me, as the Chargers assistant football coach for 3 years, I know these boys have the talent. I know these boys have the passion. I know it. And so that's why I want it so bad. The same way they do. But what I'm saying is I'm starting to see, things are starting to click and they're saying, okay, my confidence is picking up.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll see what the Cougars do here on 4th down. They try the hard count with shave head. It doesn't work. He picks it up. Audibles his play. And the coach calls a timeout. But yeah, the plays, the reputation, of these young kids, because Jacoby's only a freshman. Shavehead's a junior. I don't think he played quarterback last year. I think he was a backup. So all these positions are new. And, as a freshman, I get to talk to my son. As a freshman under the bright lights, it is intimidating. He said last week we was in Cleellum, the crowd is big. It's loud. You got the band playing. And that's something that he never got to experience yet. So that is new. The confidence is building. But I think the coach needs to pick a quarterback, stick with him to allow him to play through these reps, play through these mistakes, and that way he can build on it. But I'd like to see them passing that 50-yard line. We are 4th and 10 right now. The coach is going to drop something. Let's see what we got going on.
Hey, Cougar Sports Network, don't forget at halftime there will be a mini cheer performance. Stick around for that. I know you may be at home, you may be on your phone somewhere, but just make sure to stick around for that and enjoy that. We've been putting a lot of work in throughout the week. A 4th and long on the way for the White Swan Cougars. Pass play, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking the annexation of Puerto Rico. If you guys are in tune with the Little Giants, that's a super secret play. The super duper behind the back pooper trooper play.
You got a reaction out of Mr. Olden.
He knows Little Giants. We got Jacoby in the backfield out of shotgun. Let's see what we got going.
Cougars snap the ball. Lee takes a look. Lee with the pass. That's Tyrone Dave. Tyrone Dave near the first down. Let's see where they set it. Where will they set the marker there for that one? As the first quarter ends, I think we may need to bring the sticks out and measure here because he was there. They'll give him forward progress. We want this first down. Here we go. Referee places the ball. I think that's enough for the first down. That is a White Swan Cougars first down. As Tyrone Dave runs the great route, Jacoby Lee hits him. That's a complete pass as the Cougars will get some water and talk it over after 1 quarter. The score after 1, Kittitas 21, White Swan 0.
Okay, end of quarter number 1. The coach calls a timeout. It's 4th and long. He draws up the out route for Tyrone Dave. Jacoby Lee gets a little bit of time in the pocket. They connect. First down. That's good. That's, the crowd goes wild. That's what we want to see again. And the crowd goes wild. Good job, Jacoby. Good job, Ty. Good job, O-line. Good job, coach. That's what we want to see.
So some positives here to take away from that first quarter. The complete pass that you just saw from Lee to Dave. Also, there were some good defensive stops made by White Swan. And I don't know if you credit the Cougars for this, but Kittitas had a few times where they committed penalties, and that helped us out. So it's not just complete domination. I think we would like to have that play back where he just kind of waltzed into the end zone. That should have never happened. So we would like it to be 7-0 at this point, but I'll take it, and I'll keep standing by those words that I'm saying. These boys have talent. These boys have skills. These boys want it. It's just going to continue to take these game reps.
Yeah, we'll go second quarter, first play. We got Roy in the backfield. He goes option, dive. Kobe Lee almost breaks one. He gets loose, and the crowd goes mild.
That's an 8-yard gain for that quarterback. I like that as Jacoby Lee is coming to life. He's waking up. He's coming to life. Coach Bush tells him, get back out there, run another play. I like that a lot. All right, here we go. So Lee will stay in at QB. We've got Tyrone Dave lined up in the X spot, the far side if you're looking at your screen. Anthony Luton here in the near side, wide receiver spot. Lee looking to get the first down, and I think he may have gotten the first down. That's another White Swan Cougars first down. The White Swan Cougars are now within the 25. They're at about the Kittitas 23-yard line. The Cougars are at the Kittitas Coyotes 23. We have a chance to score, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you heard Mac mention this earlier. The Cougars have not scored a touchdown or a field goal or had the other team pinned in their own end zone for a safety at all. No points yet this year. Lee takes the snap. Ball is handed off for the run by Roy. Roy Sam picks up some yardage. That's a positive gain for Roy Sam, the freshman for White Swan.
All right, we've had a good little mix-up of plays here. The defense looks a little confused, and that's what you like to see. Mix it up with pass, mix it up with run, and then you go score the ball. A nice little game by Roy. Roy Sam, good job.
Second down. Let's call it 3 or 4 to go. Lee under center. Roy Sam in the backfield. Lee takes the snap. Lee, nowhere to go. Had the option. Just nothing there as the defensive line of Kittitas was able to get through.
Yeah, a little read option play once again by Jacoby. I think that one there, Jacoby faked that handoff up the middle, and then you run out to the outside because you had your back there ready to receive that pitch. But we'll see what the coach draws up here. Third down and about 4.
Well, that's that option that as the game reps continue to, it's a new offense. He's a freshman. The more options he has, he chose the right one. He chose the right one. Pass complete to Tyrone Dave. That should be another White Swan Cougars first down. So Jacoby Lee fake the handoff, set his feet, take a look, and then Tyrone Dave with the slant route, and there he was.
Yeah, perfect setup on that one. The defense bit on the dive play. They come back up and throw the ball. And as you can see, the team is coming to life. The team is coming out there. They're pumped up. They're amped up. They're ready to score this touchdown. Let's see if we can do it now. Coach calls another timeout. Because this is, for me, as a dad and as a coach and as a commentator, exciting, man. My blood's flowing. I want to see them punch it in because I'm a fan of football. Let's see what the coach draws up here. He's been switching it up really good. He's been sticking with Jacoby. Let's see if he puts Shavehead as a receiver or as a running back or if he mixes it back up. But I'd like to see what the coach is doing here. Good job, guys.
Let's go score, Cougars. Let's go score. So head coach Andy Bush talks it over with the White Swan Cougars. Cougars have the ball right at the Kittitas 10-yard line after the pass completion to Tyrone Dave. Lee under center, Roy Sam in the backfield. Lee scans the field, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, picks up. We're waiting to find out. They'll give him forward progress. I think he might have picked up 2 or 3 yards on that.
Yeah, nice forward progress. I think the play, the quarterback and the running back were not on the same page of that one because he went for the handoff. There was a hole there, but the running back ran the other direction.
Kittitas' D-line has some speed. I've noticed that for big men, their D-line does have some speed, and they're strong. And Jacoby Lee, as a freshman, he's not able to just run guys over the way he was as a Charger when he was in the 7th and 8th grade. And that's just size, and that's just the 3 years they have on him. Lee takes the snap. Some deception going. That's a score for Ethan Atkins. Touchdown, White Swan. The deception play as Atkins came around the right side and scored. 21-6 to score. As Ethan Atkins puts White Swan on the board for the first time this season.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can hear, the crowd goes, wow. That's what we wanted to see. That's what the fans are excited for. Good job, Atkins. Runs it in for the Cougars' first points of the year, 2025. As you can see, the crowd on the road, there's more and more people. The numbers on here, YouTube Live, we got 56 people. Man, yes, sir. Let's go, boys.
Well, the deception there by the quarterback, Lee, I think is what sold it. So you've got the fake, then you've got the block, and then you got Atkins just finding the whole right side wide open as the Cougars will go for the conversion here. Lee had a shotgun. Lee's pass is short as he was knocked down before he was able to get a good pass off. 21-6 to score, 8:37 to play, second quarter. White Swan High School just scoring their first points of the season.
I think on that last play, the defense was spread out. Jacoby Lee had a lot of time. He prematurely, I think, took off. Blew his load a little too fast. Take your time. You had the guys out there. Just finish your play. But under the bright lights, as a freshman, those things will come again, and you got to take your time and get that point. You can see Jacoby on the sideline. He's not happy with himself. Made that mix-up. But we did get the 6 points. We are on the board, and that's something we build from, right? Something we build on. Now we get a defensive play, maybe get a turnover on defense, score again. We're right back in this ball game. Good job, White Swan. Something I haven't seen a lot of this year is the White Swan Cougars kicking off. So let's see if we can make something happen. All the special teams. Special teams, special plays makes special players, right? Something like that?
I know it's something like that. All right, so White Swan Cougars kickoff team getting into the game for more than just the one time they do that, whether at the beginning of the game or the beginning of the third quarter. And let's see how they do. We've got some guys in the game who may not see a lot of action. Here's their opportunity to go make an impact. Martinez Bob with the kick, had a wicked spin. Coyotes pick it up and run. Nearly falls down, and the Cougars bring him down. That was respectable, as Tinoco and Roy Sam were there to make the tackle. Kittitas will start the drive from their own 41. Starting defense for the Cougars make their way back out onto the field.
Let's go defense. We got number 8. I don't know if you guys see him in your frame there. He comes over to the sideline. I think he's talking to his girlfriend. He says, "You like that baby girl?" These kids are happy, man. These guys are pumped up.
Kittitas football following the White Swan touchdown. 2 in the backfield, shotgun formation, handoff, right side. He wants to get around all the way to the right, and he will. Cougars will finally bring him down after a gain of about 14. That was Roman Stewart of Kittitas. He's a senior. How did that make you feel when you saw him come over during the game and ask his significant friend, "Do you like that baby girl?" How did you feel when you witnessed that?
Man, it makes me excited for them. But as a single guy with no girlfriend and no boo to be able to tell that to, or somebody tell me that, makes me sad at the same time.
Back to the action as Kittitas picked up the first down. Quarterback will keep. Quarterback is brought down after a gain of 5, and the Cougars want to rip that ball out. Jacoby Lee wants to just take that ball from him, spin, and then go back the other way.
Well, as you've mentioned before, he's playing as a 14-year-old. He just turned 15. My bad. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday, Jacoby. But he's playing against 17 and 18-year-olds now. So it's not that easy anymore. So he'll figure it out. He'll get a steal one of these games, and it'll happen.
Kittitas back to shotgun. Looking over the field. The pass is caught. Will he score? Looks like Martinez Bob brings him down at the 1. All right, so Alejandro Valverde got behind and open. Good effort there by Martinez Bob to, get the tackle. Okay, that's the positive. He stopped the touchdown.
Yeah, he stopped him right on the 1-yard line. Good stop, Martinez Bob. Okay, as for the defense now, you got the quarterback with all the time in the world, man. He's making a second stack of high-stack pancakes back there. All the time in the world. We got to get some pressure on that quarterback. Kittitas in the power I now.
Kittitas with the dive play to score. They're on the board again.
Touchdown there for Kittitas.
Just over 7 to go, 27-6. Kittitas lead, and Flores will come in to try for his 4th extra point of the night. Can Flores make it 4 for 4? He's been accurate. He's been perfect so far tonight. Let's see if White Swan can break through and block this kick. The extra point is good, making it 28-6. Kittitas with the lead.
Kittitas put 6, 7 more on the board. They get the PAT. White Swan Cougars walking up the field. Body language says a lot. But we did score in the last play. Let's see if we can score again. Let's go, Cougars.
We caught that, Mac. We caught that.
You said 6-7. Oh.
The Cougar Sports Network is your home for White Swan High School Cougars athletics, from volleyball to football, and in the future, basketball and wrestling. This is your home. Make sure to tell friends, family, alumni who may live out of town now to give us a watch, especially on game days. Go to the White Swan High School website to see the schedule. And don't forget, coming up at halftime, in just over 7 minutes, the White Swan High School cheer team and mini cheer will be putting on a performance.
So as you know, the new number of the year is 6-7. Right? Check this out. If we get 3 more viewers on the YouTube Live, that is 6-7.
I don't have TikTok, so I don't know what that's about. I hear the kids talking about it, but okay. Watch the kick. What do they got drawn up here? I'm watching. Flores set the kick. Flores boots it. Tinoco trying to decide what to do, picks the ball up. Tinoco has nowhere to go, and White Swan will start near their goal line. So he's a good kicker. I think Flores and the Kittitas Coyotes planned that.
Yeah, I don't know. As a special teams player, the ball didn't go out of bounds. It didn't go into the end zone. So you can't down the ball there. I don't know what the confusion was with the receiving team, where he just watches the ball and looks at the defense and takes 2-3 seconds. You got to pick that ball up. You got to make a decision fast. You got to go. White Swan now pinned against the wall. Let's see what they do with it.
Well, I think it's just game reps. That was a great kick. That was a scheme and a plan that they ran, and he probably hasn't seen it before. So Tinoco was kind of like in a position where he didn't know what to do. Okay, Cougars football. They need to gain some yards, and they will as they draw Kittitas over the line of scrimmage, and he's mad at himself. He is upset with himself. That's number 51, Jared Johnson, the junior for Kittitas. He's frustrated with himself.
Oh, you know what they're thinking? They're thinking we're going to get this touchback now. They're going to put the Cougars back in the end zone. They want those points. They want to embarrass these guys out here. And that's what it is. White versus red right now.
I think that probably is what it was. It was the anticipation, like they were almost there. All right, let's replay first down with the Cougars picking up some yards after the penalty. Roy Sam fighting, battling, driving his legs for a couple of more yards.
Yeah, that's what we want to see, Roy Sam. Like I said, you're a big boy. I've seen you walk around town. You got some build on you. Get low, drop your shoulder pads, and run some guys over. But as the last play, the special teams play, our team is young, so they'll figure it out, because he'll see that play again, and he'll know for next time, I got to pick this ball up, and I got to run.
I haven't seen Roy in a while. Is he a lot bigger than he was last year? Okay. Lee will take the snap. Lee will jump over and get – no, there's it. Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
That was the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Cougars do recover. See, Jacoby Lee leaped into the air. But that's when I didn't know where the ball went. That's why I was asking. And I don't know if they were at home yelling out where the ball was or not.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. He jumped over the guy like he was lead blocking or like he had the ball, what I thought. And then the ball wasn't with him. He's looking on the ground for, I don't know if that was a fumble or what. But hey, guys, on YouTube, we're at 6-7.
Well, I thought that was something last night you told him, and you said, if there's a D lineman there and you can't go anywhere, just leap and jump. I thought that's what you told him. Here we go. All right, false start, White Swan.
Something I did tell him is he should be laying somebody out every play. Every play, you should put your shoulder pads on somebody, knock them on their butt, make them know that you're here to play. Flag on the play, you know, a little bit of momentum we have is knocked back. Now we get the ball taken back. It's 3rd and long. Once again, let's see what the Cougars can do with it.
Just over 5 to go. Just over 5 to go. First half, 3rd down. Cougars need yards. Pitch, reverse, Atkins. Nothing there. I believe the Cougars are at the 1 as Kittitas wanted to drive Atkins into the end zone to force the safety.
So the Cougars go with the reverse play. Nothing, you build off the momentum of that last scoring drive. You know, now you're trying to get too cute, I think. You'll keep it simple. What worked on the last drive, you ran away from on this drive. So you stick with what works, right?
I like to get cute, too. I just don't know if it's in that area of the field. Mac has seen my play calls. I like to get cute, but here we go. Ball is dropped in the end zone. That'll be a safety. That'll be 2 points. And the ball in the way, and that was their goal. Their goal was the safety. We allowed that. We fought, though. I mean, we got plays off. It was just 2.
Yeah, you know, once they got that play call, the sideline goes crazy, and they're over there still celebrating, high-fiving each other. And, you know, what they wanted from play number 1, when they got the offsides, they get it anyway on play number 4.
So are they saying that Kittitas recovered the ball in the end zone so it was in a touchdown? I'm sorry. I apologize, folks. I apologize. And we've got some chippiness happening with DP3, the senior Devon Paul. Stay calm, Devon. Keep your cool. But see, I didn't realize that. I thought Atkins got tackled in the end zone. I didn't realize it was a fumble, then a recovery by Kittitas.
Yeah, it's a visual game, you know. We're up here watching it with our own eyes. And pay attention. He's fumbled a snap, recovered by the other team, and they score.
I thought Ethan had the ball. He fell back.
Yeah. Maybe the snap was hard, and he just fell back like you see on the cartoons. But no, he did miss the snap. It hit his hands. I don't know if he got scared the defense was coming, but
Me or Shavehead?
no, that was the kicker.
Ethan was going to punt the ball?
No, that wasn't Ethan. That was Martinez Bob.
Well, you see how far back we are, and I apologize.
Yeah.
I make mistakes all the time.
So we're up here in the booth, you guys. We can't just look down and see the field. We gotta
Explain to him how far I have to go.
we gotta lean forward over the table. Yeah, our heads are out the window, leaning forward, trying to witness this play. We got the camera in the way. We got this thing is looks like a light in the way. We got the wall that's in the way. So it's not an easy view for us. You guys at home on YouTube have a better view than we do. So yeah, that's how I see where the confusion can come from Ryan Craig.
My apologies. I claim to be a professional. I have 20-plus years experience through the Yakima Nation Multimedia Program. It won't happen again until it happens again. So I apologize.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while, you know. Players fuck up. And those 20 years of experience, you know, like the kids out here, you know, you'll see that again. Just don't let it happen. You know, those mistakes you got to cover up. Next time we see it, we'll be ready.
Thank you for that, Mac, as the White Swan Cougars are set to receive the kickoff after we got through all the confusion of me thinking it was a safety when in fact it was a fumbled ball and a recovery in the end zone for a Kittitas touchdown. We've got Easton, Lucie Stay High, and Miguel Tinoco deep. Are they going to do this to Tinoco again? Okay, he's ready this time. So they're going to go with a line drive, low kick, as Tinoco catches the ball cleanly. Tinoco runs to the right, runs into two defenders, and White Swan will have the ball at their own 25.
Hey, I don't know how well you guys can hear the crowd out there, but the guy caught the ball, and the crowd goes wild. They were happy that he just caught the ball, and then he starts running. That's positive yards on the return. The crowd is happy to see that.
Well, he learned from that last time, like we had talked about. Game reps. I don't know how often they get kicks like that in practice where it's coming at you as that line drive, but he's seen it a few times tonight, and so now he knows how to react.
Well, the kicker now moved the ball to the other side of the field on the kickoff. So he kicked it to the other guy to receive the ball. Just mixing it up for the Cougars. We get a positive yard gainage. We're not on the one. Let's see what the coach has in store on this drive.
Just over 4 minutes left, second quarter. White Swan looking to get on the board once again here and head into the locker room on a positive note. Lee takes the snap. Lee with the handoff to Roy Sam. He might have gotten 2 yards. We'll wait and see where they mark the ball. As Roy Sam kind of shakes his arm. May have been stepped on. Second down. Second down and 8 or 9 to go. As Coach Bush gives the play to the freshman Jacoby Lee. Okay, strategy, thoughts, ideas as we end the first half of where White Swan should go with this?
Well, once again, if you're a Madden player, you're in short time, you got a long field to drive. I'd call a go route. Let's get a quick slant, maybe a hitch and go. Let's throw that ball in the air.
Lee, shotgun formation. Tinoco in the backfield. We've got Luton at wide receiver. We've got Dave in the X wide receiver position. Lee fakes the handoff. Lee with the pass to Dave. And that's a complete pass. We've got a gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, nice out route. Quarterback is rushed on that one. That's what we like to see. Let's go 4 wide. Let's get the ball downfield.
We can build on that completion as the third down is on its way. Third down play. 2.5 to go, second quarter. White Swan looking to cut into that Kittitas lead. 29-point Coyote lead. Shavehead back in the game for White Swan under center. Luton is on an island. We'll see if Shavehead looks to pass. The Cougars will not. The handoff and either a no gain or a loss of yards as Roy Sam had nowhere to go. Ran into a defensive line for Kittitas who stopped him in his tracks. Minute 40. Kittitas will take a timeout. Now you got to wonder, does Kittitas want the ball back, push the lead over 30, then you got running clock after that for the rest of the game, maybe get their reserves in? I don't know what the idea is here with the timeout.
Yeah, as a team, as a coach, I think you got to be aggressive here the last couple of minutes of this first half. Try to get the ball into the end zone. If you get close enough to kick a field goal, I don't know who our kicker is. Never seen a field goal yet this year. But, we got to get the ball downfield. Try to get a score. As an offense, I think the run play there, I don't know. We haven't been able to run the ball very far this year. I think our biggest gain was 3-4 yards on a run. So let's open it up, 4 or 5 wide, give the quarterback the ball. Let's get some protection and see what we can do. and Shavehead will come out here on this 4th down.
4th down. Cougars got about 7 yards to gain here to keep possession. Cougars snap the ball. Reverse play. Tinoco comes around the left side, maybe picked up a yard, and that won't be enough as Kittitas will take over after the Cougars were unable to convert on a 4th down play. All right, goal. Don't allow them to go up more than 30 going into the locker room. Let's keep it as an honest football game going into halftime. Whatever happens in the third is what happens in the third. But for right now, let's go into the halftime not trailing by more than 30 points.
Yeah, as a defense, as an offense, you hate to see that 3-4 and out. But we'll see what we can do on defense. Let's get that stop, like you said.
Hubert the third drops back, and the pass is complete. On the go route was number 10, Parker Lowe, extending the Kittitas lead to 41-6.
Yeah, that is a big boy at quarterback. Big boy with a big arm. Now, what Kittitas is doing, they got one quarterback, right, and he's ran all the plays on offense since the start of the game. You know, something I say once again, the Cougars have to figure out who is going to be your quarterback. Pick him, stick with him. But Kittitas, quarterback, big man. He is a big boy. I don't know if you guys can see the size of him, you know, but seeing him live in person, that is a big boy. He has a big arm.
The senior for the Kittitas Coyotes, Terrence Huber III, is 6'1", 210 pounds. And Felix Flores Jr. is now 6 of 6 in extra points here tonight for Kittitas. We're just about at halftime. In case you are just tuning in on YouTube Live on the Cougar Sports Network, we will have a performance by the White Swan cheer team with the mini cheer team coming up here in just a few minutes as Tinoco and Lucy I Stay High are both deep to take the kickoff. Flores has shown us some all-around skills from extra points to different variations of the kickoff here tonight. Let's see what they go with on this one.
Yeah, he's on the far side again, which means he might kick it to the far side because that's where he went last time. Let's see if we can get us some positive yardages. Catch the ball, run it to the house.
Flores with the line drive kick. Tinoco has to go back. This time the ball is all the way through the end zone, and the Cougars will have it at the 20-yard line. The Cougar Sports Network is your home for White Swan High School Cougars athletics, from volleyball to football, and during the winter season, boys and girls basketball, as well as wrestling. The Cougar Sports Network, your home for White Swan High School sports, played here in White Swan. All right, Cougars, we got to make our way out to the field. Let's go. Let's get some pep in the step. Let's go.
Yeah, I think the morale, once again, has went down a notch. Let's see if we can pick that back up. We now have a minute 21, I believe, is what I've seen. So I got to stick my head out of the window to look at the clock. It is a minute 21. Let's see if we can march down the field and get points on the board before halftime.
Lee takes a snap. Lee will keep. Looking like a no gain as a Kittitas and a White Swan player both throw their arms up. That's Roy Sam. I like that, Roy. I like that, Roy. Roy saying, I didn't do anything. What does he want me to do? I like that. So last season, Roy was at about 177 pounds. Are you saying he's grown to be even bigger than that?
Roy, yeah, he's growing in height. He's growing in size. You know, I don't know much he hits the weight room, but, yeah, Roy Sam is a big boy, big boy. And, you know, if he hits the weight pile hard, you know, he could gain some more 15, 20 pounds of muscle. OMG, that's a big kid.
Cougars with the second down play. 20 seconds to go. Waiting to see who that was with the run. Roy Sam again, and I believe the Cougars will let the clock tick down here to end the first half. And that should do it for our first 2 quarters of play. All right, the score at the half is Kittitas 42, White Swan 6. Stick around for the mini cheer performance on the Cougar Sports Network. An amazing performance by the White Swan High School cheer team and the mini cheer team. So how much time went into being able to get this performance done on this Friday night?
So we practiced about 2 days, Monday, Tuesday. The girls had a lot of fun and they picked it up on the first day. So the second day was mostly review and practicing our stunting.
Okay, that's the head cheer coach, Addie Frias, providing all that info there. Thank you very much. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so on the Cougar Sports Network. We are set to begin the second half of play from White Swan High School. Again, everyone, thank you for watching the Cougar Sports Network for this Friday night matchup between the Kittitas Coyotes and your White Swan Cougars. The Cougars put up their first 6 points of the season there in the first half. Kicked by White Swan, and the recovery, yes! White Swan with the successful onside kick as the senior James Miles recovers. Great execution by the White Swan Cougars. And James Miles showing his speed, recovered that ball. So it's White Swan football to start the second half.
Hey, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And the crowd goes wild. Nice play, nice execution. Let's get the ball and let's go score some points.
As far as onside kicks go, the height that ball got, very impressive. Good job by White Swan. As Coach Andy Bush lets his team know what play he wants them to run. Lee will be in at quarterback for White Swan. We've got Tyrone Dave as well as Anthony Luton at the wide receiver positions. Atkins, Roy Sam, and Devon Paul in the backfield for the Cougars. Lee with the handoff. Sam picks up some yards. Sam still pumping his legs. Forward progress is stopped. Whistle blows the play dead. I think he might have gotten 5.
I'd say 5 or 6, right in there. That is a nice play. You get the ball back. You run a dive, but it's effective. You get some yardage. We'll stick with Jacoby Lee at quarterback. Let's see what the coach has drawn up in his mind there.
5-yard gain for the freshman, Roy Sam. Sam will remain out on the field for White Swan. Lee under center. Lee takes a snap. Handoff, same play as Sam. Might have gained about, let's say, 2 yards, possibly 3.
2-3-yard gain. Coach comes out, sticks with the dive play. Dive left, dive right. Let's open that playbook up. We'll see what the coach got on 3rd down and short.
So some nice momentum to start the second half. In case you just walked into the room, in case you just logged onto YouTube Live on your phone, the Cougars executed the actually amazing onside kick. It was very impressive. If you did see that, I'm sure you were impressed as well. Lee, under center, takes the snap. Lee, handoff, Roy. 3rd time in a row. Can we get the first down? Let's see where the referee spots the ball after Roy Sam ran that ball yet again.
4th and short. 4th and short. Let's open that playbook up again. Let's go to page 18. Run that super secret play once more.
Looks like our right tackle, senior Christian Yates, is kind of hobbling a bit. We'll keep an eye on that. He's number 71 for the Cougars. Shavehead into the game. White Swan with the 4th and short. Kittitas stays disciplined. They don't jump off sides. Shavehead takes a snap. Shavehead with the throw. It's caught by Tyrone Dave, the sophomore. That's a White Swan first down. And Ethan Atkins, he liked that. He got his dance on. R.L. Hudson signaling first down.
Yeah, Ethan out there get his jumping jacks going on. 1, 2, 3, hut. 1, 2, 3, first down. And let's get it going. We like the animation, boys. Keep it up.
The Cougars pushing the ball up the field. They are now at the Kittitas Coyotes 24-yard line. Lee back in the game at quarterback for the Cougars. Lee takes a snap. Handoff, Roy Sam. Not too much there. He might have got a yard, possibly 2, but it wasn't too much there.
Yeah, coach goes right back to the dive. Dive play, dive left. Let's see if we go dive right this time.
Well, could we be setting up some play action? You know, possibly get Kittitas to all crash the middle. Quarterback might roll and look for Dave or Luton and try to get something up the field possibly?
I mean, you would think so. You would assume that. Let's hope that's what he's going for.
So shave head, under center at quarterback for White Swan. Chief may have dropped the ball. Let's find out if we recovered or not. Is it a White Swan or a Kittitas recovery after the fumble? Okay, Roy, keep your cool, Roy. Relax, Roy. We know you didn't mean it, Roy. So White Swan retains possession. We still have the ball. And I mean that in a good way. I was able to, lucky enough, privileged enough to coach Roy Sam last year. Sometimes he just needs that reminder, you know, keep your cool. It's not a bad thing. Just keep your emotions in check, and he's doing a great job of that. Third down play. Lee takes the snap. Lee drops back, pass, in the air, nearly caught. Nearly caught by Tyrone Dave. Great route, great throw. We're getting there. We're getting there. Fourth down on the way. Cougars are definitely in a part of the field where they can throw the ball again. Fourth and long, but nothing will be lost if we don't get the first down here. We're still a great first half possession. I mean, first possession of the second half.
Something I'd like to see is Anthony Luton is one of your seniors out here on the field. He's one of your bigger kids. His body's more developed. You know, I'd like to see White Swan try to get him the ball. You know, he's got what I look like a mismatch out here against number 3. I say go at him.
Lee looks to Dave. Completes the pass, but it won't be enough for the first down. Turnover on downs, Kittitas ball. So Anthony Luton talking it over with Jacoby Lee. Showing some leadership as the senior out there for White Swan. As the Cougars do complete another pass, but not enough. And I'm kind of worried about Christian Yates. He looks like he's grabbing the back of his leg, possibly a knee, possibly an ankle. First offensive play of the second half for Kittitas. And the tackle finally made on that play by number 5 for White Swan. So Hutchinson with the big gain. Brings the ball into White Swan territory.
Yeah, first play of their drive. Nice gain right there by the running back. Let's see what White Swan got going on second play.
So the Coyotes with their first team offense in the game. We're going to get a sweep to the left. He wants to score. Lee slows him up. Then Luton knocks him out of bounds. That's number 4, George Subert with the run for Kittitas. Give Lee credit for slowing him up, and then Anthony Luton finishes the tackle. But 2 big run plays here in the third quarter for Kittitas. We'll see if they stick with the run or if they go with the pass play here.
Yeah, play number 1, dive right for about 25, and you go dive left for about another 25. Let's see if the Cougars can get a stop here. Third play of this drive.
Huber the third under center. Huber the third in the crouch. Huber the third. Handoff. Run to the right. Breaks the tackle. Finally brought down. Flag on the play. After Lee made the tackle. Subert with the run. Waiting to hear what this flag is. I'm trying to find that out too. Now, because the head coach for Kittitas is saying they've been pushing the runner all day, and he was getting really animated. So I'm trying to hear too if that's what they were doing was illegal as far as, you know, an offensive lineman or whoever it may be just kind of almost picking the guy up. And I don't know when that happened, but I'm watching too with you folks on YouTube Live and with Mac Lee. So was the flag picked up or what happened? I was waiting to find out.
I'm not sure. We had that mishap in the first half where they let the play stand. He gamed him with his hands, and they must have picked that flag up.
So a first down after the run by Kittitas. They fake the pitch to the outside, run up the middle. Cougars stop him after a gain of about 5. That was number 4, George Subert, the junior for Kittitas.
Nice open field tackle there by Jacoby Lee. Had a little trickery there almost. The White Swan picks it up, and it is now 2nd and about 4.
I'd like to see the Cougars force. Well, the first down is inside the 5. Let's see if we can make them run 3 plays before they score. Let's not just allow them in the end zone right away. Run to the left, and everything I just said went out the window. Touchdown, Kittitas. Touchdown run by number 1, Ronan Stewart, the senior for Kittitas.
And as a defense, that is just way too easy. Dive left, dive right for big gains. Dive left this time for a touchdown. You know, as a defense, you should be embarrassed because that is way too easy. And something you got to work on during practice, and let's see if they do that for the next game. Kick is good for Kittitas.
7 for 7 on extra points for Felix Flores Jr., the senior for the Coyotes. And I want to look up the height on the center for Kittitas. And they don't specify that. I'll have to see the number of the center. And the reason why I wonder is because the 6'1" Huber III, he comes down so far, Mac. He's coming down almost into a squat as low as you can go. And I was just curious, like, maybe that's just his way to get into a position to explode. I don't know. Just different. Kickoff return on the way for White Swan. Tinoco deep. Lucie stay high deep. Kittitas has shown their, I guess, dominance as far as special teams go. The kicker is definitely, he's a stud. He knows what he's doing, and he's been showing his skills throughout the night.
Yeah, I like the imitation Ryan Craig gives. You guys can't see it, but imagine Ryan Craig doing a squat and talking to me from down in his squat, and I'm looking down at him. Some fun stuff, some good stuff. The kicker here with the strong leg.
Now this time Flores puts it in the air, and he got it to land, and they just blitzed Tinoco. Give props to Miguel Tinoco for holding his ground, and I think that was excessive. I think that may be unsportsmanlike.
So once again, the receiver of the ball picks up all the flags on White Swan, they're saying. So he picks up the ball, you know, and there's no need to get out of the way of the tackler. He just looks at him, watches him, and here comes my life flashing before my eyes, and accepts the hit. You know, you got to dip, dive, duck, dodge, and dip.
I'm waiting to hear what the penalty was, because it looks like the Cougars are being okay. Yeah, a lot of seeing Kittitas. They brought a pretty good crowd to Hera yesterday afternoon, and they travel well. They've got a lot of family and fans here with them tonight. I can see why they're 4-0 this season so far, but Cougars are out to make an impact and make a statement of their own. Run play gains about 5 there, so good positive yardage on the run by Roy Sam, the freshman. I've been impressed by Roy tonight. I've been impressed by Jacoby. I've been impressed by Tyrone. Like Mac mentioned earlier, we need to get Anthony Luton involved, even if it's just a short route, and let him go to work, maybe try to get by that corner.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, he's one of your older kids on the team, so try to get him involved more. He's out here on an island, one-on-one coverage against his defensive back. Let's put him to the test, I say.
Under 2 to go, third quarter. We've got a run up the middle. White Swan offensive line going to work, pushing, shoving. Let's see. We may have gotten a yard. We'll see where the referees spot the ball. Third down on the way for White Swan.
All right, and that brings us to a third down. Looks like the ball's still on the 15-yard line, so still 5 yards.
As the Cougars, the Kittitas is putting BTA to White Swan. The coach of White Swan sticks with the dive. Again, first 2 plays, dive.
Third down. Lee takes a snap. And I'm not sure who ended up with the ball. I'm trying to get a number here. Was it Atkins? Devon Paul. So Devon Paul, the senior. Cougars may need a punt here. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they choose to go for it though. Okay, I see Ty Brielle running in, so we've got a punt on the way. Let's see if we can get a good clean kick and let Martinez Bob kick it deep.
So again, you go 3rd and long, you run the ball, no urgency at all by the coach to attack and maybe put some more points on the board to get that first down.
Nice kick by Martinez Bob. Stewart deep. Stewart gets away from Luton. Stewart running on the left side. Knocked out of bounds at about the 23 or so. So Kittitas with a chance to score once again. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Christian Yates. He's got his hands in the air, I think, asking a question as to what's going on. I didn't see what happened. Cougars need to go to work. Cougars need to get a stop as the third quarter comes to an end. Our score after 3 is Kittitas 49, White Swan 6. Okay, final quarter of the night. Let's think of some goals. Let's think of some ideas of where we're going with this to build on for next week's game at LaSalle.
Well, first and foremost, what I say is pick a quarterback. Pick a quarterback and stick with him. If you're going to run 3 dive plays in a row, there's no reason to switch out your quarterback. There's no reason to huddle. Get back on the ball, no huddle, run your dive plays. That's just the obvious, though, that I'm going to point out. Second of all, you're down. There's no urgency in your pep, in your step to get the ball off, get the ball downfield, and possibly score. There's just a lot going on right now with this team, the coaching staff. I think mainly, you're a leader of young men. You got to lead these young men out into battle. And do better. Be better. Lead them.
Kittitas football to start the 4th and final quarter here tonight. The Cougar Sports Network is your home for White Swan High School sports, from volleyball to football, wrestling to basketball. It's so great to have you joining us on this Friday night as Kittitas has a new quarterback now in the game. We've got a run by number 24, and he will take it to the house for 6 points. Owen Hutchinson with the run. As the Kittitas Coyotes waste no time here in the 4th quarter. Once a team goes up 30, it's running clock for the rest of the game. So you won't see the clock stop unless there's a timeout called by either team. Flores back onto the field. He's looking to go 8 for 8 tonight. Let's see if he can keep his perfect streak of extra points going. Kick is in the air, and this one is good. 55-6. As the clock continues to run, Cougars, you got to make your way out on that field. Let's go. Let's go. Let them know you're ready so we can get that ball going and try to get another score.
Yeah, once again, no sense of urgency, by your White Swan Cougars to get out there. Your heads are dropped. The morale is down, like we've talked about in all the games so far. As a defense, as a team, you've let all your opponents score 50-plus on you. Is it time to make some changes on defense, work on something else in practice, change up your personnel maybe? I'm not sure. But some you gotta make some changes. As things are not working, let's try something different out.
All right, here we go. Flores to kick for the Kittitas Coyotes. Kick is in the air. Tinoco with the clean reception. Tinoco running upfield. Tinoco brought down at the ankles before, but he does pick up some yards. And let's hope Samuel Ball is okay. I didn't see what happened. What happened with Samuel?
Oh, no, I just seen him laying on the ground. It looked like he was hurting. He comes up and he's hurting. So hopefully he's all right.
Hey, way to be tough, Sam. Way to be tough. Hey, good return by Tinoco for White Swan. Cougars with the football. Clock is running. Just over 9 to go. Let's see if the Cougars can put some more points on the board here in the fourth quarter. We got to move, boys. We got to move. Jacoby Lee at quarterback for White Swan. Lee takes the snap, drops back. Pass nearly picked off by number 1, Ronan Stewart of Kittitas.
And Tyrone comes up limping. He's got the straight leg getting up. We'll see what the call is. Maybe a late hit on the quarterback.
It's against Kittitas, so the Cougars will be moving upfield. You think it's a cramp for Tyrone? Is that when that calf tightens up on you? Is that what we got going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He came up off the ground. His leg was straight. So hopefully it's just a cramp and nothing more serious, because he is one of the stud athletes on the basketball court as well.
It's a cramp. Braden Hoagland is sprinting over with the mustard. All right, mustard him. It's a cramp. Wait, well, Tyrone's shaking his head no. Maybe he's saying, I don't want to eat that. That's disgusting. I don't know. Okay, Lee with the handoff to Atkins. Atkins is brought down immediately by number 73 of Kittitas. And I don't have 73 on my sheet.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Maybe Tyrone needs a glizzy to go with that mustard. Maybe it might taste better.
Can somebody get Tyrone a hot dog right away with extra mustard? Now, I think he's going to be okay. He's a competitor. He's a warrior. He'll be back out there soon, I'm sure. Cougars now going with number 12, Tybriel Bob at wide receiver. Luton also in the game at wideout. As Lee fakes the handoff, picks up a couple. All right, third down on the way. When that clock runs, that game will just end before you know it. We're down to 6.5. Dave back in. Lee on his way back out to the field. 3rd and long to go. Cougars need to get to the 50-yard line for the first down as the clock continues to tick.
Again, everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you for tuning in. We are now at 102 viewers record for this year so far. Jacoby Lee with the QB keeper gets stuffed at the line, and he's slow to get up.
John Boitano with the tackle for Kittitas. I think Jacoby saw an opening to the left, but the defensive lineman Boitano was pretty quick there to make the stop. 4th down on the way. And we'll see what White Swan has in mind here as Bush gives the play to Lee. At the middle school level, to keep the pace going because the quarters are so much shorter, we have a guy, whether that's a back or a receiver, ready to sprint the play in. Every play, we have a guy either sprint it in or my quarterback will sprint. I tell him to play, he sprints back. We got to pick up the pace offensively. Whether we're down 50 or not, pick up the pace. Lee looks, Lee throws. And nobody in that area, but Lee was pressured on the throw.
Yeah, the intensity of the game, the pace. You know, you're down, so you got a lot of points you got to score to catch back up. You know, whether you're down or ahead, like you said, you got to have those players ready to come in with the play, you know, or signal your quarterback the play, and then run it. Turnover on downs for White Swan Cougars.
I think if he just would have had a second more, he would have had more time. But when you're rushed like that, there's not much you can do. Okay, we've got Riker Stingley in at QB for the Yotes. Snap is fumbled, and 2nd down on the way, 2nd and 11 to go. Just over 4 minutes to play, final quarter. Kittitas with the big lead, 56-6. White Swan looking to get the ball back to score one more time. Well, we're hoping they are. If not that, then to just get a stop here.
Yes, hopefully we can get a stop. New quarterback comes in. Him in the center fumble the snap. 2nd and long. Let's see what we got here for the Cougars on defense. 2nd down.
Stingley. Hand off to the left side is 24. Hey, ball's on the grass. Have the Cougars recovered? That's White Swan football. All right. I like the intensity. I like the energy.
Hey, you see the turnover made by the Cougars, and that brings energy to the team. They come out fired up. Now let's get on the offense. Oh, Ethan's out there dancing again. Get your dance on, boy. Let's see what the Cougars drop. Get a playbook. Open to page number 32, and let's run that one.
All right. White Swan has one more opportunity as the clock is now under 3 minutes. One more opportunity to put some points on the board. In case you're just turning YouTube live onto the Cougar Sports Network, the Cougars did score their first touchdown of the season, and Ethan Atkins rushing touchdown. Lee in the game for White Swan at quarterback. Jacoby takes the snap. Jacoby to his right. Was the ball lost? Okay, Cougars retain possession, but they do lose yards. 2nd down and long on the way.
Ref, I think, called Kittitas ball. So Jacoby Lee fakes the handoff. As soon as he fakes that handoff, he's got a guy right in his grill. Boom, hits the ball loose. Jacoby takes a huge hit. Turnover on downs. Turnover fumble.
That's tough. That's tough. And now we got guys trying to get in their positions. They weren't there. Tackle by Luton. Yeah, we talked about that. We've got to enter and exit the stage, if you will, a lot quicker than that for the scene that we're in. We're not getting out there. There's got to be some sort of intensity, Well, I don't know.
So the Cougars get the turnover, right? They cause a turnover. Everybody's running off the field. Cougars make a turnover or lose the ball back, and then they all walk off the field. So you see how that getting the ball back, brings that energy just a little bit. And then turning the ball over lowers that energy just a little bit.
Minute 10 to go in this ball game. Run to the left for 21. He's brought down with a vicious tackle by Royce Sam. Personal foul on the Cougars. Who's that going to go against?
That'll be on Luton. So at the end of the play, I don't know what that was all about. The whistle hadn't blown and he hit the guy, but they threw the flag. Personal foul. Maybe a little bit of frustration, but Luton comes off the field.
Okay, I was watching Roy Sam with the tackle, and that was a good tackle. As the final 30 seconds tick away, are they going to run another play? They're going to run another play. They're going to try to score. Make that tackle. Make that tackle. Don't let him score. And we've got a touchdown for the Kittitas Coyotes as they raise their hands in celebration. I hope that's a reserve player, and that should do it, unless they're going to bring Francisco, or excuse me, unless they bring out, I don't remember his name, Felix Flores Jr. Are they going to bring him out? Or is that going to do it? That's going to do it. He won't get his opportunity for the extra point. The final score, Kittitas 62, White Swan 6.
A good job there, White Swan Cougars. You broke the game number 5 of the season. You guys scored a touchdown. Yeah, that's progress. So we like to see. The crowd was here. They seen it. They're happy. So it's something to work on. We'll see you guys at the next home game.
For Mr. David Olden, for Mac Lee, I'm Ryan Craig. Cougar Sports Network, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we look forward to seeing you again on homecoming night, Friday, October 17th on the Cougar Sports